Welcome to this week's Peeves, Tips, and Tricks, a holistic lifestyle YouTube channel, part of the Holistic Collaboration series. And I am Dr. Sherry Bainbridge. And today we're talking about what happens after we develop that 3D life plan as we talked about in the first video of this Lifeview series. If this is what you're interested in, please, the thumbs up, subscribe, notifications. Thank you so much. So what happens? Well, according to the children, and what resonates with me, is that literally a piece of our essence is taken and it is shrunk down, because we are very large if we choose to be, so that we can fit into the physical body of a fetus. The children describe the nursery, and that seems so familiar to me that I just really believe I'm a part of the group that comes in this way. There are more ways than one to come into life. Of course, there's never just one way to accomplish anything. Another way is through darkness's reincarnation machine. And this machine aids people in coming back through without a life plan. Can you imagine the added trauma, frustration, anger, violence, negativity when you have no clue why you're here, what you're doing here? There's no real true direction. And this will talk further when we get to the last one in the series, and we are discussing death. But for right now, for those in my group, this is how we come in. And we bring with us our knowledge and our thoughts and our attitudes and our ideas. We bring with us our ancestors' attitudes and knowledge and thoughts. No wonder we're confused, huh? Well, when we come in, we still have our thinking capability. We do not have the physical capability. Very, very frustrating. And that I know through doing hundreds of past life regressions and coming across people who were in the fetus life form, and they spoke about what they were feeling and going through. And it's very, very intelligent, very cognitive. This is also why children, when they come in, they have developed their personality by the time they're 4 years old. And at this time, this is a fact that our science stands on. Our children come in a hypnotic state. And in a hypnotic state, you are absorbing 30,000 bits of information every minute. You may only consciously recognize 2,000 of them. So think about it: colors, sizes, shapes, textures, depths perception, your peripheral perception, energetic perception. And this is what our science says. That's something I think has much truth. They're not the only ones in a hypnotic state. Another good example are our medical doctors when they're in school, always kept in a hypnotic state. You are less likely to ask questions. You are more likely to absorb exactly what you are intended to absorb. You're less likely to go out of the box. Does this sound like a lot of us? Well, that's what part of the life game is all about, is learning how to get beyond these limitations that are set upon us. Whether it is just an energetic veil, an energetic bubble to block a part of our brain, or an out-and-out physical implant, all these things exist. Our goal is to believe so deeply and so knowingly that there's absolutely no question. Getting there, boy, is that a struggle, and I'm with the rest of you. I'm struggling. Every day I listen to motivation because fear overtakes me in so many ways. I am absolutely probably the best person to stand here because, like most, I hold myself back. Nobody needs to hold me back because I can manage to do it all by myself based in my own thinking. So as I too am struggling to get beyond some of the limitations that have been impressed upon me and I have chosen to take forward to add to, let me explain that. If there's a way to change your thinking that you are the one doing all the changing and all they had to do was put the idea in your head, isn't that convenient? Oh, let me guess. That's narcissism, right? The thinking changes so drastically that it truly damages the part of the brain that could heal and understand how to think differently. Isn't that convenient? So when we come in as little children, we are coming in to parents who have not healed. So we are taking on their unhealings. We're taking on the scourge of the world around us. We are taking on what we are told to. And what this seems to develop is a lot of lazy human beings that just simply can't get beyond the fear of getting past these basic limitations that have been going on forever and a day. So as I'm getting past mine, I hope it helps you to get past yours. Do you do the same thing I do? I'm listening to motivational speakers like Tony Robbins and Sandra Oliver. They're awesome, and they help me to get my energy back and to get it back up, to step away from technology, get away from the hypnotic part that incurs and instills within us, and instead open up that brain to so many different thought forms. As a child has learned so early on, and believe me, they know in their crib the home they have been born into. This is not uncommon. Look at your parents and go, who are you? Right? And I know I'm not alone in that. But let's give the parents a break. They're in the same world we are, and we're trying to figure this out, and we need each other in order to do this. So, people, when you have a little child, a baby, understand they truly are absorbing everything. Don't treat them as if their brain is like their unfunctioning body. Boy, is that far from the truth. Remember, they've brought in everything. They still have that knowledge. And in fact, when my granddaughter was 4 years old, we used to do angel park hopping. And she would tell me where to turn according to her angels. Every single time, we would end up at the most amazing little hidden park. It blew my mind, and it was frightening to do, because what if she didn't get it right and we didn't end up someplace? That would cause her not to believe or to trust in her own ability to connect to knowledge and information and spirit. But every single time, she made it. And one time I asked her, what were you before you came here? And she said, a boy, and went on her way. It's wonderful. Children are amazing, and you're a gift to the world. And we need to learn from each other, reconnecting with ourselves, with those around us, learning from those around us, not judging, not pointing the finger. Understand that parents too are going through the same game that you are just now beginning. So let's help each other out. And I, for one, am trying to get rid of my fears so I can continue with this Lifeview series. I hope you join me next week, because next week we're going to talk about probably one of the most frightening subjects to me, and that is the truth about the world we are entering into. Please have a fabulous week. Take excellent care of yourself. Listen to these motivational speakers to help get your energy up. And please comment and share, because this is how we are learning again from each other the most amazing little tidbits, and sometimes big tidbits, far beyond what education or what our television are showing us. Thank you for joining me. Divine love.